The wrestling competitions are getting underway in the Paris Olympics this week, and tonight we're looking back at an Eastern Iowa native who took home the gold medal 52 years ago.
KWWL's Ron Steele sat down with wrestling legend Dan Gable to get his thoughts on this year's games.
Probably no one is more closely associated with growing the popularity of wrestling over the past 50 years than Dan Gable. So much has been said, written, and recorded about the Waterloo native and Olympic gold medalist, but I always enjoy hearing him talk about wrestling.
And then trophies will come around.
Tell us what you want today.
Just the great Dan Gable's thoughts on Paris.
This is the Olympic Games. This decides a lot of people's futures.
It certainly did for Waterloo's legendary Dan Gable. The West High School and Iowa State graduate won all 6 of his Olympic matches and did something no one has ever done. Gable did not give up a single point en route to winning gold at the 1972 Munich Games, propelling him to amazing success.
And so second place wasn't going to work for me. And I tried it once, I didn't like it as an individual, and I had it happen as a coach. And once you get used to being successul, that's what you want to be.
So our bench will be on this side now, so it'll be opposite. And then they're gonna
On this recent day, the now 75-year-old Gable is getting his first look at the new Goschke Family Wrestling Training Center, a 38,000 square foot world-class competition center connected to Carver Hawkeye Arena by a tunnel.
Are you looking for Ben?
During this tour, Gable gets a bird's eye view of the new Bob and Kathy Nichols wrestling room. And greetings here from Hawkeye coaches Terry and Tom Brands.
You ready?
Conducting our tour is Mariah Marinelli. Mariah is director of Hawkeye Wrestling Operations. And yes, her husband is 4-time Hawkeye All-American and 4-time Big Ten champion Alex Marinelli.
If I had these facilities, I might have done a little better.
Safe to say he did pretty well using the old wrestling room, guiding the Hawkeyes to 15 NCAA championships and 21 Big Ten conference titles.
That's awesome.
Gable, his wife Kathy, and several family members, including their oldest daughter Jenny, are along for this tour, as well as a couple of their grandsons, including Jenny's son, that's Gable Mitchell. He plays baseball for the Hawkeyes, and also another grandson, Danny Gavin, who plays his college baseball in Minnesota at Gustavus Adolphus. Gable and his wife Kathy, also a Waterloo native, celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary this year. They have a huge family now with their 4 daughters, their spouses, and now 14 grandkids.
I definitely miss the days of when Dan coached, and I know my daughters do too. And I feel bad that our grandchildren were not around during that time period, but we all love still going to the Iowa wrestling meets.
To me, it's like yesterday. See, for her, it's a long time ago because she was home raising 4 kids and I was at work. She was at work too, but I was at work too, and I was raising boys in the wrestling rooms.
Though Dan Gable earned his gold medal 52 years ago, he still attracts a crowd like these Hawkeye wrestling campers, one coming all the way from California to the Hawkeye camp, or joining Coach Tom Brands for this photograph with some visiting executives from Green State Credit Union. As I often remember our days here of bringing the KWWL viewers the Hawkeye Wrestling Show on KWWL when I was sports director. In fact, here's one of my favorite photographs from that era, an interview with Dan Gable after a Hawkeye win in the old Iowa Fieldhouse. Great memories for sure. I'm Ron Steele, News 7, KWWL.